back here on KZOW 91.9 Night of Radio. We're now here with Waldorf baseball alum Michael Keeran, the new head coach of the Albert Lee Lakers. So, Michael, thank you very much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk baseball and talk about the team, talk about the league a little bit. I'm extremely excited and blessed to be here.
Yeah, and obviously a pretty big role for you right out of college. We know you've obviously been looking forward to getting into that new head coaching gig. Obviously, I know you've been wanting to be a head coach for a very long time now, and obviously you've been a terrific scouter, which we'll get into here just a little bit, but you've put together quite a squad for Albert Lee, and I'm just really excited to obviously get the inside scoop from what the whole process has been like for you, and obviously what we could expect for the new Albert Lee Lakers, obviously head coached by Michael Keeran.
Yeah, like you said, it's been a great process. I'm just want to thank Donnie Roberts and the Pioneer Collegiate Baseball League for hiring me and giving me this opportunity. And it's been quite the couple months of just going from head coach and then doing a lot of scouting, getting some players signed, and get the spring season is right around the corner for the guys. So to get a lot of guys signed off the bat is extremely good. And then we can, kind of get the ball rolling again in May, and that's when we start games in late May, and the guys will be arriving and from really all over, and I'll tell you a little bit about that more. But I'm just extremely blessed to be in this role at such a young age. I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm going to work my tail off to make sure that the product's good in the stadium and on the field.
Absolutely, and that's obviously just a few more months down the road. We got a whole spring season for Waldorf here. For your current job as the Grinnell assistant softball coach, but obviously I'm sure the Lakers, it's quite an exciting experience for you. But I do want to take a step back, though. Obviously you were a player here at Waldorf, set many great records. No one had a unmatched work ethic as you did. But when did you know that you wanted to go into coaching baseball?
I've wanted to do it since I've been probably since I was a little kid, honestly. I'd watch the game, watch the players a lot, but as I got older, I watched the coaches more and more and just kind of see what I wanted to be like. And I always thought it was cool I've always kind of been, a coach's mind when I even was a player. That would sometimes that'd be great for the team. Sometimes it would clash a little bit with certain personalities, and just kind of the stubbornness of the whole situations. When I was in high school is kind of when I really wanted to. I played under a great coach, Seth Thompson at Clear Lake, and played under a great football coach at Clear Lake as well, Fred Week. And they were both, role models to me in different ways. And then I got the opportunity to be the assistant coach at Clear Lake for 4 years right out of high school when I was still playing at Waldorf. And, since Iowa plays their summer baseball in the summer, and NAI, NCAA seasons are in the spring, so I was able to do that, and we had a lot of success. Winning 3 state titles out of 4 years. You were on the team for 3 of those years, and you were part of 2 state titles, and you were a state championship game MVP. So you know all about that, and the success we had at Clear Lake when I was playing and when I was coaching is it's really just a dynasty now, and I'm excited to see where it goes with me not in the program. But I'm still rooting for them, and I was at Waldorf, and I got to play under Ryan Flickinger and Joe Talgis, and I learned a lot from them, and learned a lot from Sean McGuire, who's an assistant coach here, and Casey Sherman. I learned a lot from those guys, and you're always learning. You're either winning or you're learning. I never think of it as a losing process. You're either figuring out, even when you're coaching every day and you're watching games, you're watching what you want to do, but you're also learning what you don't want to do from certain styles, certain guys, and the results they get, and the certain personalities they have. And you have to be authentic. I'm going to be 100% me 100% of the time. And if you don't like it, then we got to take the next step from there. But if you do like it, you're going to have a heck of a lot of fun playing for me.
And absolutely. And when you did get this new job for Albert Lee, you kind of just took it head on. You started recruiting almost immediately, and some of the players that you've run across me have really just jumped off the page statistically wise and success wise from where they're at. So with all of them coming to one place, it's really going to be special. But what are some of those players that you're really looking forward to coaching and seeing how they perform? Like, what did you look for them, and when did you know that you knew that they would perform and they would bring the impact to you?
Well, yeah, like you said, right off the bat, I got the call. I was heading to actually like Godfather's Pizza to get some food, and I got the call, and I got the call that I got the job. And literally, when I was eating, I didn't take my eyes off a phone, doing scouting off of sites, off of the stats, DAX stats, and the NCAA.com, and looking at stats and just looking at who I wanted. And I didn't just email a bunch of coaches and expect people to give me names. That happened a little bit, but I wanted video, I wanted conversations, I wanted to get to know the person, not just the player. And yeah, so you want to know about some of the players?
Absolutely. I mean, you already told me about a few of them, but obviously a lot of them jump off the page when you're talking statistical-wise, or like size and what this guy throws, how many home runs this guy hit.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll start, I guess, with the early process, and I guess I'll just start in the infield. The first guy I signed was El Dante Howard out of Central Baptist College. Big kid. 6'1", 250 pounds, first baseman. Hit over 300 last year. Had 5 home runs, and he's an RBI machine. He's a good glove at the corner infield, first and third, and I'm excited to see what he does. He's been a 2-year starter for them, so in his junior season, I think he's going to have a heck of a year for him, and he's going to be in the middle of the order. 3 through 5, 3 through 6 for him, and I think he's going to perform pretty well. I think he's a guy that's going to be in the middle of our order. The other first baseman I got is Hunter Cooper out of Hope International. He's a freshman. He's also a pitcher though. Is 85 to 88 on the mound. Does a heck of a job in pitching and hitting. And he, Hope International played an exhibition game last night, actually, which is crazy. We look out the window here and we got snow coming down. And in California, they played last night. And, he got on base a couple times, had a hit, and, he started for him. And I think he'll get some playing time for them. I don't know if he's going to be an everyday guy for them. But as a freshman, that's and Hope International, they made it to the Elite Eight last year. They made it to the NAIA World Series. So for him to come in as a freshman, he's going to be a heck of a player. At second base, I'll just say middle infield, second base, shortstop. I don't know who's going to play where yet, but middle infield, I got C.J. Newman out of Wayne State. He played at McCook. He was hurt last season. Was hitting 300 for the first 10 games before he got hurt, but his freshman season, I think he hit around the 280, 290 range. Good glove. I think he had 3 or 4 home runs, so he's got a little bit of pop in his bag. He's a left-handed bat, so that'll be nice. And he's just a gamer. He's a ball player. And then I got Alec Martinez out of Our Lady of the Lake University down in San Antonio, Texas. He's a freshman. He's going to be their starting shortstop at that NAIA level, and he's a good player. He's a dual guy too. He's 87, 88. He can get up to 90 miles per hour off the mound, and he's an athlete, and I'm excited to see him. And then Joey Ponder from Waldorf, I've played with him. Very veteran guy, very fundamental. He's an on-base machine too. He gets walked so much. I don't know if it's because of his eye or if it's because of his height. He's only 5'7". I mean, I like to give Joey some crap sometimes, but he's a great player. He's going to do I like the fact that he's moving from third to second this year too for Waldorf. I think he's going to do a heck of a job there. He's got very good hands. And then at third, I got, and Jose can play, up the middle too, but Jose Diaz out of Our Lady of the Lake. He's talented. He's going to hit in the middle of our order and the top of our order, and he's a very good player. Hit over 300 as a freshman. Had a couple bombs, and he's a heck of a player. I'm excited about him, and he's going to be one to watch. And then I think that's about all the infielders. The catchers wise, I got a Gold Glove guy out of Hope International, Jordan Shea. He's a good player. He's not going to be a power guy with the bat, but he's with the glove and with the arm. Pop time 1:18, 1:9. He's going to be a good catcher. And then C.J. Pye out of Central Baptist, switch hitting catcher. He's a little bit bigger than Jordan, so they'll split time, and we'll see what happens once playoffs comes. But C.J.'s about 6'1", 6'2", 210, 215. He's a big guy. He's going to be able to hit it. He's going to be able to swing it, and he's a good pop time guy too. And I'm excited to see those two play at the catcher position. And outfield-wise, we're absolutely stacked. I mean, I don't know what the other teams in the league got, but if they got something better than us, then they deserve to win the league. We got we got Keeran Van Curran out of Texas Southern. He hit double-digit home runs last year. He stole 20-something bases. He's a great player. He'll play in center for us. And then we have Thomas Krause out of NDSU. He's a freshman. He's a good local guy out of Rochester who's a good player. And then we got, you got Mitchell Keeran out of Waldorf who, he hit 9 home runs his freshman year, hit over 300, and I think he's going to be, he's expected to be a starter again, a 3-year starter for any program. I don't care if you're NAI or D1 or JUCO. That's impressive. And, I think you're going to have a good year in the middle of the order for Waldorf. And then we got Jacob Sanford out of McCook. He hit double-digit home runs, big left-handed bat. And, he can swing it. He's a big dude, 6'3", 220 plus. I mean, he's going to hit the middle of our order, and you'll hit in the middle of our order, and Keanu will hit off the top, with the speed he's got. And then we got Cade Siebold, who he's a great player out of Orange Coast Community College, big guy, freshman. I think he'll vie for some playing time down in Orange Coast, which is I think it's the best JUCO program out west. I really do, and one of the best in the country. His brother plays for the Phillies now, and he played for Fullerton, and I'm excited about him. He's a middle-of-the-order type guy, big home run potential. Pitching-wise, the best, I got a ton of good pitchers, but, the one I'm excited about is Ben Madison out of Central Baptist. 94, 96. I mean, he just chucks. 6'3", 215.
NAI leader in strikeouts,
yeah,
right?
NAI leader in strikeouts. He's top of the notch level pitcher. And I saw something the other day that was like players to look out for All-Americans in NAI, and his name wasn't on it, and that just shocked me. I got a lot of under-the-radar talent guys, a lot of under-the-radar. If there's a team out there that maybe has some more name droppings, great. But I think I got the talent, which is what counts. And he's a guy that struck out 130-plus last year. He struck out 80 the year before, and, he wins double-digit ball games. He's going to be our ace, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got drafted, and if he didn't. If he does, I'm going to be excited for him, and that's going to be a heck of an accomplishment for that young man. If he doesn't, then we're going to move on, and he's going to play for us and hopefully lead us to a championship. And then I got J.B. Martinez out of Our Lady of the Lake. High-velocity guy. He's finally healthy this year, but his freshman year he struck out 80-plus guys. He's going to hit upper 80s, even 90s. Juan San Juan out of Orange Coast, freshman. He's right around the low 90s. I'm excited to see what he does this year for our Orange Coast. And then we got Dylan Hoffman out of Hope International. He's his dad played in the big leagues. Glenn Hoffman, his uncles. Trevor Hoffman, who's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame this summer. And, he's a left-handed guy, and he's a low 80s, mid 80s guy. And when he's healthy, I think he can get a little bit above that. So we'll see what he can do. And then Robin Allen out of Eckerd College down in Florida, D2 program. He's going to be in their top 3 pitchers down there. And he was in the starting rotation last year, and he's another good strikeout guy. He's 85 to 88 with a good changeup, good curveball. His pitchability might be the best on the team, because he has 4 pitches. And he uses all of them and can throw them in any count. So I'm excited about him. Cole Peterson out of Southwest Minnesota State. He had like a 1.5 ERA last year. He only gave up 3 extra base hits. 3. That's unreal.
That's insane.
That's doubles, triples, and home runs. He only gave up 3. And, I mean, he was all-conference performer. I'm excited about him. He'll be a good guy in our rotation to have. And Christian Peary out of Lamar Community College. He's a closer, sidearm guy, 82 to 83 from sidearm. He's dirty. I've seen film on him, and he's got a very, very nice slider. He'll be a nice guy to have in the back of the games. And Davis Gorowski from Lee, great pitcher. Extremely excited to see him when he's healthy. He had a Tommy John last year, so he's a big question mark. But I think it's going to be a good thing if he can stay healthy and get back to full strength. And so we got a ton of good players.
You put all that talent together, it's just going to be deadly. It looks like.
Yeah, I really do think that. I think it's looking extremely good. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I did, and then I'll get them next time when I talk to you. But
yeah, I mean, I think we got a complete rundown of the roster. And
yeah, and my assistant coaches are Pete Sartorius. I played with him in Ozark. He's from Nebraska Wesleyan. He's going to work with infielders and hitters, And then I got Tony Manna, who I played with at Waldorf, and he's gonna be working with a lot of base running stuff, a lot of scouting stuff, and he'll do a little bit of first base coaching for us, and he'll work with some infielders and outfield type stuff, maybe some pitchers too. So yeah, I mean, we got a ton of talent. It's just kind of what we do with it, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the league has. I really am. I don't know what they have, but I'm excited. I hope we have a target on our back. I mean, last year I wasn't in the league, so I don't know what everyone has, but the year before, last year in the league, Albert Lee was last place, and if we can go from last to first in 1 year, that's huge for a community, and I'm excited to see what Albert Lee and what the surrounding communities. I hope they come out and watch us. I really do. I think they're going to be extremely impressed. So we got some dudes. We got guys that are besides maybe three of our hitters. Any of them can go deep at any moment. And where in North Iowa and Southern Minnesota do you see 8 pitchers, 9 pitchers that throw 85 plus, and I got 4 or 5 that throw in the 90s? I mean, where do you see that? You don't see that. Come out and watch us play. So I'm excited.
Yeah, obviously you got incredible amount of depth, and you have a bunch of players from all over the country where they're the dude at their program, and you bring them all into this community, into this just small collegiate baseball league during the summer. But they got the capability of putting on a show, and like you said, going last to first. You brought in a coaching staff and Pete Sartorius and Tony Manna, obviously 2 guys you're very close with.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just building this whole thing together. So you got the talent, and you're going to try to get that chemistry and camaraderie up front. But overall, it's just a young program. So with that being said, what is the ultimate goal for Michael Keeran and his Albert Lee Lakers?
It's to, make these players better first and foremost. So when they go back to their collegiate programs, they're better than when they came in or when they left. And then second is to win the league, regular season and postseason. I'm not interested in one or the other. I'm interested in both. I plan to dominate, and if we don't, then it's going to be on me, because it's not going to be on the players, because I've got good enough players where if something's screwed up, it's got to be from me, and that's what's going to happen. Is we're going to win the league. If we don't, then we'll reevaluate for the next year. But I'm extremely excited. And I think, we've got a ton of talent, and we've got a great coaching staff. What more can you want? Great leadership up top from the league, and I'm excited.
Well, anyway, you got any closing thoughts, Michael?
I just want to see everyone out at the ballpark. We play at Hayek Field in Albert Lee, Minnesota. Our season starts May 31st at Chillicothe in the Mink League. They're going to be extremely tough, and then our season starts for league play, and our season home opener is June 1st, the next day, and that's going to be home against Bancroft Bandits, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a show, and that's why I call it the Lake Show. Or Albert Lee Lakers. It's not just for name for some cute thing. It's because it's going to be a show. We're gonna display some of the best talent in the country on one field, and go Lakers. That's all I got to say.
Well, anyway, thank you very much for your time, Michael, and I'm very excited to see what we see from the Lake Show this summer.
Oh, I am too.